Okay, to those on both sides of the battleground in the work from home, return to office war, can we just call a truce while we think this through from a rational perspective rather than an emotional one? I mean, dial it back, people. There are valid arguments for both workplace models and everything in between, but the bloviating isn't getting us anywhere. You probably saw or heard the profanity-laced rant from Jamie Dimon, CEO of Chase, talking about some of the people in his company wanting to work on a hybrid basis. And he said, "I've had it with this kind of stuff." And yes, he did say stuff that time, but then he went on to hurl all kinds of insults at his own employees because they didn't see things with the same backward-looking lens that he uses. Look, the guy knows finance, I'll give him that. But he's lived long enough that he should know people better than he does. And he surely knows better than to make important decisions from an emotional reaction rather than hard data. More recently, AT&T CEO John Stankey issued a statement which reads in part, "Those who want hybrid work will have a difficult time aligning with company priorities." Well, I disagree with the whole premise of that, but at least his comments were more considered. But there's a problem here. Stankey claims he issued the edict after seeing a drop in employee engagement numbers based on the results of the company's employee engagement survey. Kudos for doing an employee engagement survey and reading the results. But John, I think you might have missed the point. You think engagement has gone down because some people are working remotely? Could be, but consider that it might be because your culture has become increasingly disengaging. You said it yourself in describing the transition of the company's culture that you've made a strategic decision to shift away from some elements, including, quote, loyalty, tenure, and conformance with the associated compensation. I don't even know what that means. To a more market-based culture focused on rewarding capability, contribution, and commitment. I do know what that means. And if that's your decision, that's fine, but then you wonder why engagement is tanking. But to be fair, both CEOs I've talked about here did make some very valid points, and one in particular, and both of them made this similar point, but I'll quote from Stankey rather than Dimon because he's more articulate and, well, there might be kids around. Stankey said, "We run a dynamic customer-facing business, tackling large-scale, challenging initiatives. If the requirements dictated by this dynamic do not align to your personal desires, you have every right to find a career opportunity that is suitable to your aspirations and needs." And you know what? He is absolutely right. Now, hear me out, though. I would say this to anyone running a business. It's your business. You run it the way you think is best. If you can find enough people willing to sell you their best work under your rules, go for it. I mean that. If not, have the wisdom to change the rules. Remote work is not going away. Both remote and in-office models have clear strengths and challenges. One model is rooted in the past, the other looks more to the future. But to paraphrase John Stankey, those employers who want only in-office workers will have a difficult time aligning with workforce priorities. Follow me to learn more about how to lead in this new world of work.